Hey you! So today we're going to be reviewing Dragon Ball Super Volume 6 from Manga Entertainment. So before we begin the video, if you want to go down and hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, as well as the notification bell because it will tell you when a new video drops. And without further ado, let's start the review. General information. So this is the finale of the Goku Black saga. Zamasu is looking really weird, like the tyrant from Resident Evil 2. We get one of my favorite characters, Vegito, back in the series, again fighting for a short amount of time. Trunks being all heroic and winning the day. Goku being assassinated, and the beginning of the Tournament of Power saga. So let's talk about the special features. We have to read this one. So you get the Anime Expo 2018 panel. You get interviews, and I'm sorry if I say the names wrong, with Sonny Strait, Matthew Mercer, and Kyle Herbert, as well as a ton of textless openings and closings. There is a lot. So let's continue. Let's talk about the overview. We get to the last remaining parts of the Goku Black saga. Goku and Vegeta are finally fused, even though Vegeta doesn't like that thought. We also get an explanation to why Goku and Vegeta defused in the Buu saga, which I was really happy about. And a very quick fight with Vegito, and it's just over really quickly. I don't know why. I'm really sad about it. Trunks gains the ability of the Spirit Sword, so it's like a spirit bomb inside the sword, which then is able to destroy Zamasu, which I generally thought was a nice way rather than Goku taking the win. Goku has the ability to call Zeno in that universe, which is a completely different one to the one in our universe, which I thought would have been a normal one, but again, different timeline, so it's slightly confusing, but it all kind of makes up more later on in the Tournament of Power saga going on. So now there are two Omni Kings, there are two Mais, and two Trunks. Just a weird thing you think that they put in, a very kind of weird one. Then we get kind of like a really slowed down a few episodes of something different. So we've got the assassination of Goku, then we have the Great Saiyan Man movie, which, to be fair, they're all not the best, and the reason why this review is going to probably be a little bit shorter is that I can probably tell you exactly all what happens in them really quickly, so I didn't need to jot it all down. So basically, Goku hires Hit to assassinate him, and it's all about that. No one knows, so it just kind of like fizzles out that because Goku wants to know exactly about Hit. We have a baseball game. That was quite funny. I did like Dead Yamcha again, especially when you heard them all go, I'm sure that we've seen that pose before. So I kind of really thought that was interesting. And then we get a Great Saiyan Man movie, which is basically very short because it's Gohan becomes the stunt double for the Great Saiyan Man. Who knew? And then the actor who plays the Great Saiyan Man or something doesn't like Gohan, so therefore makes Gohan try and cheat with the lead actress because he wants because the lead actor wants Videl. You just kind of think, no mate, she said no, she's married, you don't know. But that was the thing. And then it becomes the part where Goku is training on Beerus's planet and says, hey, I want that tournament to happen. And thus, therefore, the ball starts rolling. And then it starts into the kind of an exhibition match, which is going to be continued on in Volume 7. Oh, and we get one of my favorite things is Goku and Krillin train in a forest where you see all the past villains around, and Krillin just is completely scared because he sees the first person that kills him and there's all the other bad guys. So I kind of like that one as well. That was kind of cool. Let's talk about the animation. The animation in this one is very similar to the others, but this one seems to be a lot better produced. There's not that many mistakes. There's not many characters that are drawn really badly, and it actually felt like they had put more money into this after seeing the success of what had happened with Dragon Ball Super in the past. At times, it did feel that the characters were better drawn than the background. They were more colourful than normal, and then the background kind of lacked a lot of detail in it. So it wasn't the best, it was just kind of meh about it. Some of the scenes where there was like either something would be blurred or it would have kind of noise in the background, like little spots, but where again the character would be in focus and a lot better. So with Hit being in this one, when he used his technique where everything stopped, where he was able to get around people, I generally thought that that was a very interesting animation style. It was very kind of, everything was broken up like it would be shattered, and I just thought, do you know what? This is really cool. I like this, and it added to something different. And then we've seen something very similar to this in the Dragon Ball Super Broly film. that was something slightly different too. But to be honest, the animation was pretty much the same as what we've seen previously. So let's talk about the writing. The writing felt slightly different in this one. It felt more engaging than the previous ones, which was kind of nice. The one thing I didn't really kind of like is when Zeno appears and wipes out all of Trunks' timeline or his universe, and nothing's really said about it afterwards. It's just a very brief thing. You know, it kind of felt like everything was just forgotten really quickly, where, you know, previously we've had like Trunks go, oh my god, the children, or oh my god, the people, you know, everything just seemed like, and then they were like, oh yeah, we can just put you back in the time before Zamasu happened, and it's just kind of, I would have liked a little bit more drawn out on that one, and just kind of more explanation, but it just felt really kind of quick and over with, like, meh. One thing that I would have liked is that Trunks and Mai stay in the current timeline rather than going off back to the future. You know, their timeline had been wiped out, but obviously they're going back in time, so there's two versions of them. I generally would have had them stay with Goku in that because it would have been easier. So I don't know why they didn't allow that. Maybe they could have just gone and built their stuff up in their life, so they didn't have to stick about all the time, but it would be easier. I just felt it was a very kind of weird thing to kind of do, and why not give them that chance? You know, they could have just disappeared. No one would have seen them again until they needed someone. It just felt very kind of like, oh, well, there's going to be two of you, so I hope you're okay. So, okay, fair enough. There's a build up to the Tournament of Power where they have to get more people and there's an exhibition match. I enjoyed those 2 episodes more than the Great Saiyan Man movie arc thing that they did, and also the Hit Assassination. I just generally thought, I know you have to have the cooldown, but those 2 little parts to me were a bit, I didn't like them as much. I did really like the writing for when Goku and Krillin go into the kind of forest where they have to get something from Master Roshi, like a root or a herb to make him younger, etc, etc, and they had to face their fears. When Goku figured it out quickly, I liked that. You know, it's like Goku's like, you're on the ball, Goku. Krillin, he was still scared, and I kind of see it. You know, he felt like he was powerless, but then he had power and then figured it out, and then nothing would hurt him. But I really like the fact that you brought these characters like Cell, Nappa, Vegeta, you know, all these characters back, and I think it's Toblerone or whatever, basically the first person that killed Krillin. That I generally really liked. I thought that was really interesting, and I think out of both the Great Saiyan Man as well as the Hit Assassination, I enjoyed that, and it showed a lot more character and a lot more in-depth for Krillin, and I think he kind of needed that boost. He's a great character, but I like that they added this in and not just made him go, oh, it's fine, whatever. You know, they made the character better in my eyes. Well, jumping back into the kind of recruiting people for the Tournament of Power, they include Boo. Now, I don't like Boo that much. I hate his voice, but I'm glad they included him because he's really strong and powerful. I just don't like what they do with him later on. I just think it's a complete waste of time, and I generally just, no. But seeing Boo kind of get ready to fight, that to me was something interesting and something that I would like to see more of, maybe in the future, maybe in the new stories after the Broly film. Nothing really to talk about the characters. It's just a continuation. Krillin was great. That's all. What made this interesting for me? I have to say not a lot. Literally, the end of the Goku Black Saga and the beginning of the Tournament of Power are those ones that held my interest. I did really like the Krillin story, but that's it. There was nothing really kind of that stood out for me in this one. So again, those are the 2 things that really I kind of liked. Well, 3 things that I really liked. One thing that I would really like them do further later on, rather than having 2 episodes on the previous one to start it off, and then kind of like 2 episodes later to finish it off in, like, say, we're on volume 6, so when volume 7 comes out, we have the entire Tournament of Power, and then you'll get 2 extra episodes later on. So I'm guessing also we may have to split it, or you may get everything on volume 7 to kind of finish it off. But I generally wish that when they were making these DVDs, if it was manga or if it was whoever, I would have liked them to have made just sagas in one go. That would have been a lot better, so I could go, yeah, this is definitely worth it. So this is a way that you have to kind of continue on, like to buy them to add it if you want to finish off the previous saga, which I can see is a good thing, but also is a kind of annoying thing at the same time. Also, with Goku being quite close to Zeno, he hasn't any boundaries, so everyone's just like, oh my god, stop it, stop being this person, stop being so close, you know, he can destroy everyone. Now, I don't mind that, it just does get a little bit irritating, a little bit, just a little bit, but you know, Goku being close to Zeno, that's pretty cool. So my final thoughts. Now, in the previous one, I said what names with the episode. I'm not going to do that anymore. So this one starts from episode 66 and then you get up to 78. So again, you get quite a nice like flow of episodes. It's kind of cool. To be honest, if you're not really bothered, you can probably skip this one because it just tells you what happens at the very end, and then of the Goku Black, and then obviously it starts the Tournament of Power. If you're a collector and you want to get this, definitely, you know, wholeheartedly add this. I'm glad that I added this to my collection because I generally like it. I just know that I can skip certain episodes and get the story that I want. There were some funny elements in this, I will give it credit. I think my favourite part is when Goku's going to market and he's driving home, he's got the money, and then some robbers stop him and they're like, oh yeah, I've got a flat tyre, or you know, my machine doesn't work, and Goku's looking it over, and then all of a sudden, you know, it's just like they try and rob him and he just destroys them in a way, not like kills them, but knocks them all out. But then he realizes he has to train. I liked that entire part, as well as it made me laugh because it was just like, you don't know what you got yourself into, you crazy thieves, you don't know what you're doing. So yeah, there is my review of volume 6 of Dragon Ball Super. Link is going to be in the description if you want to purchase it, if you want to pre-order it, or if it's out now, definitely pick it up. Yeah, and let me know what your favorite parts of the anime. Did you enjoy it? Did you not? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you've liked this video, like, favorite, comment, and consider subscribing. Check the notification bell to be notified there are more videos coming. And as always, Rangers, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in a bit.